All right. Pigskin preview time. College football week 5, NFL week 4. What a boring week of football it was last week. I mean, I'm just being honest. NFL really stood out with the special teams, but college football didn't really have anything going on, and the NFL was either close but kind of boring or a really giant, humongous blowout. I have a lot more preview or recap on the NFL than I do college football this week. We always start with college football. The biggest news out of college football is that we have another head coaching firing coming out of Oklahoma State, as the Oklahoma State Cowboys have fired Mike Gundy after 21 seasons at the helm for the Cowboys. That now brings it up to 3 major college openings right now, with Virginia Tech, UCLA, and now Oklahoma State. I think the writing was on the wall with this one if you've been paying attention to college football at all. Mike Gundy has kind of, I think he's 6+ years overdue of overstaying his welcome, but I sometimes you need a new voice at the helm, and Oklahoma State felt like this was the time to do it. They saw the product that was being put out there, and like Virginia Tech decided to do, might as well make a move now than later and see if the team responds in a positive way. That will remain to be seen. But Oklahoma State firing Mike Gundy is the biggest news to come out of this week in the college football world. The biggest recap I have for you is Clemson is dead. They are dead this season. They are a dead program. They might win this weekend. I don't know. I don't even know who they're playing. Like I said, I look at the slate just like you guys do. And I just, that team that I saw walk out there and get dogged walk by Syracuse, a team that I thought was absolute dog shit, made Syracuse look like horse shit. So I maybe that's another program that just, we talked about it last week about Dabo Swinney going off in his press conference about if Clemson is sick of winning, just show me the door. Well, hey, dog, I tell you what, if you don't start winning, they might show you the door anyway. That might be another university and program that needs a new voice to lead it. They just did not look very good on Saturday. Arkansas, who plays Notre Dame this week, they looked like they were sleepwalking against Memphis, a Memphis team that's sneakily 4-0, folks. That Memphis team is undefeated right now. But I told you guys a lot of ums today. I'm sorry. There's playoff baseball being played. Well, it might as well be playoff baseball. The Guardians are trying to rip the division away against the Detroit Tigers, and it's keeping me up, and it's getting all my emotions. And I know this isn't the format, this isn't the show to talk about it, this is the Pigskin preview, but that's why if I'm stuttering a lot more and saying and it's because I'm trying to lock back into football mode after just watching Guardians baseball. So we're juggling. It's the best time of the year, man. Late September, early October, best time of the year for sports. We might get another Joe's Board going, just to recap everything. I got my Gunga Galunga for the golf for the Ryder Cup. Caddyshack fans know what's up about that one. I told y'all last week about uniforms. We've got Virginia wearing the 1995 throwbacks versus Florida State on Friday, and West Virginia wearing 1965 throwbacks versus Utah on Saturday. We've got NFL uniforms too. We'll get into that when we talk about the NFL. But Virginia's 95 throwbacks against Florida State on Friday night at home in Virginia, and West Virginia wearing 1965 throwbacks against Utah are the ones of note. Arizona State's blacking out their uniforms against TCU on Friday night. Oregon is wearing an iteration of something called the Mummy Duck against Penn State when they go to the whiteout. And that's all I could really get on Wednesday night for you guys for uniform matchups. But Virginia and West Virginia, those two throwbacks, those are something I would think about when you're deciding to make your picks and or wagers. And as always, if you or a loved one have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER for help. And as always, before we dive into the pick side of the show, in the college football, we give you the top 25 as it stands in week 5. Here we go. Got to wet the whistle here a little bit. Cheers, everyone. Number 1, Ohio State. Number 2, Miami, leapfrogging all the way up to number 2. Number 3, Penn State. Number 4, LSU. Number 5, Georgia. Number 6, Oregon. Number 7, Oklahoma. Number 8, Florida State. Number 9, Texas A&M. Number 10, Texas. Number 11, after their 63-point destruction of the Fighting Illini, Indiana into the 11th spot. Number 12, Texas Tech, after they went on the road and beat Utah. Number 13, Ole Miss. Number 14, Iowa State. Number 15, Tennessee. Number 16, Georgia Tech. Number 17, Alabama. Number 18, Vanderbilt. Number 19, Michigan. Number 20, Missouri. Number 21, USC. Number 22, Notre Dame. Number 23, Illinois. Making their entrance into the top 25 at number 24, TCU. And also coming in, making their entrance into the top 25, rounding it out at number 25. BYU. Dropping out this week are the Utah Utes and the Auburn Tigers. Nobody re-entering the top 25. 2 new faces enter this week. We go to the pick side of things. I was stat padding a little bit last week. I let it be known when I was stat padding. I went 16-5 overall last week. I am 40-27 overall when picking college football games this week. With that being said, let's get into the slate. Starting off with tonight, Army at East Carolina. Ooh, it just dawned on me. I believe East Carolina is wearing their red, white, and blue pirate helmet. If that is the case, and I'm just off the strength, we're going to go East Carolina. Didn't pick a Thursday night game last week. Well, let's do a Thursday night game this week. We're going to take East Carolina over the Army. And then I told y'all Friday night, Virginia busting out the 1995 throwbacks against Florida State. This got upset written all over it, don't it? You kind of feel it. I wouldn't call the next game on the slate is TCU Arizona State. I wouldn't call that as much of an upset spot as it would be for Virginia over Florida State. Both those games, Florida State, Virginia, TCU, Arizona State, are the road team at 3-0 ranked going to a 3-1 squad. Excuse me. I'm a sucker for the dogs. I really am. I didn't pick many last week, but I think Virginia wins probably one of the biggest games in their football program's history over the Florida State Seminoles, who have playoff aspirations, but this is one of those, if you're not ready, you might get got. And we might as well pick TCU Arizona State. I think TCU is very good. And I know it's the blackout Arizona State. I don't think that uniform is going to matter much. And then rounding out the slate on Friday, Houston and Oregon State. Houston 3-0, Oregon State 0-4. Do we stat pad here? I'm going to stay away from it. Going into noon on Saturday. I don't really have a recap for the Irish for you. The weather delay, they took care of business against the Purdue team that I always, it's Purdue. So this is a sneaky. Do the Irish get got here on the road in Fayetteville against Arkansas? I mean, I'm gonna take the Irish. I always take the Irish. You should know this, but That's I'd be lying to you guys if I didn't say I wasn't worried about this, as I look like I'm wearing Arkansas colors talking about this one. Um, I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't nervous about this one. That's just me being a true blue football fan on that. Hopefully CJ Carr and the boys can go on the road and kind of start the ushering out of Sam Pittman at Arkansas. And who knows? You might maybe John Gruden, head coach, Arkansas Razorbacks. Who knows? Big noon, USC at Illinois. If Illinois would have beaten Indiana or even kept it close, this would be way bigger game. USC took care of business against Michigan State while you were sleeping last Saturday. Give me the Trojans over the Illini. Georgia Tech, Wake Forest. I love that Georgia Tech team. Give me the Yellow Jackets. Rutgers on the road against Minnesota. I mean, look at this slate. Duke on the road against Syracuse. Duke put up a hell of a fight last week. Syracuse obviously coming off a program-changing win on the road against a not very good Clemson team. I'm going to take the Cuse here. I'm going to take the Cuse over Duke. I'm not picking Rutgers in Minnesota. Louisville at Pitt. Louisville 3-0 against the fighting Pat Narduzzi's. Cincinnati at Kansas. Cincinnati 2-1. Kansas 3-1. You could call this separation weekend, folks. These are all measuring stick games. I mean, UCF is 3-0 going on the road playing a very bad Kansas State team. And as I say that out loud, I'm going to take UCF. South Alabama, North Texas, Bowling Green, Ohio. A very big game with implications in the MAC. I'm going to take Pudge the Cat. We're going to go back on the Pudge the Cat in the fight in Eddie George's here. Give me Bowling Green over Ohio. And it kills me to say that because Ohio did me a lot of favors against West Virginia there. But football is a what have you done for me lately sport. Utah State at the fighting Diego Pavias. Utah State is 3-1 going on the road playing Vanderbilt. Give me Vandy here. Until Diego Pavia and that team gives me. Otherwise, I'm going to continue to take Vanderbilt. I'm going to continue to take the Commodores. Eastern Michigan, Central Michigan, Georgia Southern, James Madison, Arkansas State, Louisiana Monroe, Ohio State 3-0 on the road against Washington. Oh boy. Huh. Yeah, I'd bookmark it here. I'd bookmark it here because you might not ever hear me say this again. I'm picking Ohio State, and they're the number one team in the country. I'm kind of rooting for Ohio State and Penn State to be undefeated when they play each other. Yeah, give me the Buckeyes on the road. LSU at Ole Miss. Give me Ole Miss. Give me Ole Miss. And just Google Lane Kiffin, and you'll know why I'm taking Ole Miss. Auburn, Texas A&M. Oh, this is in College Station too. Boy, what a slate, everybody. What a weekend of fucking football. What a weekend of sports. The fucking Major League Baseball races are coming down to the end, and the fucking Ryder Cup. Holy shit. But Auburn, Texas A&M. I'm going to take A&M here. Auburn having to go on the road in hostile environments. Oklahoma last week taking the loss. A&M this week. I think they're going to take the loss here. Indiana at Iowa. Indiana, I'm going to take IU. I'm going to take the Hoosiers until Kurt Signetti backed up that we don't beat top 25 teams. I beat the shit out of them, quote he gave about a year or so ago. The winless UCLA Bruins go to Evanston to face Northwestern. I'm going to stay away. Cal against Boston College. Baylor against Oklahoma State. I'm going to do what I did last week. Give me OK State. Give me the Cowboys to rally after Mike Gundy gets fired. Utah, West Virginia. I'm going to stick with the uniform stat. Give me WVU to continue handing Utah upsets. Even though they're out of the top 25, that Utah team is very good, but there's something about the uniform. Like, what was that, 1965 I said? Yeah. Give me West Virginia. UConn, Buffalo, San Diego State, Northern Illinois, Rice, and the Navy. Give me the Navy, of course. Akron and Toledo, Lindenwood, Miami of Ohio. Miami of Ohio was 0-3. New Mexico State, New Mexico, Tulsa, and Tulane. It's Tulane at Tulsa. I read it backwards. Hawaii and Air Force. Ooh, here we go. 4:15. God, what a slate. Tennessee goes on the road to Starkville, Mississippi to face the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Will the cowbell crowd come through once again? I think they will. Give me the Bulldogs in Mississippi State to upset Rocky Top. Middle Tennessee State, Kennesaw State, Liberty Old Dominion, Rhode Island, Western Michigan, Arizona, Iowa State. Battle of the Undefeateds in the Big 12. Give me Rocco Baldelli and the Iowa State Cyclones here. Virginia Tech and NC State. I'm going to go ahead and take NC State. They're very, very good. Jackson State, Southern Miss, Western Kentucky, Missouri State, Memphis and FAU. Give me Memphis. Oregon, Penn State. I just said that I'm hoping that Penn State, Ohio State is a battle of the undefeateds. It's a whiteout in Beaver Stadium. Oregon is so good. Give me Penn State. Give me Penn State. That might flip-flop when I wake up Saturday, but for right now, for the show, what'll count for the show, give me Penn State. Another one. Just banger after banger, folks. Alabama and Georgia. Give me Georgia. I told you this Alabama team would be lucky to win 5 games. It looks like SEC ball is starting. They're going on the road in Athens. That ain't Nick Saban on that sideline. They're 2-1 right now. They beat their 2 cupcakes. Give me Alabama. UMass and Missouri. Give me Mizzou over UMass. Washington State, Colorado State, San Jose State, Stanford, App State, Boise State, Kentucky, South Carolina, Marshall, Louisiana, Louisiana Tech, UTEP, and BYU on the road against the Colorado Buffaloes. Colorado made the quarterback change. They had Caden Salter play last week. Lord forgive me on I can't remember who they played. Could probably look at that. It's just the last game. And that would be Wyoming, and they won by 17. BYU is very well coached. That's a very good football team. Give me the Cougars of BYU to go on the road and beat Coach Prime and his Buffaloes. And that is week 5 of the college football season. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Another odd number. Don't know how I do it. I don't know. 25 games I picked. That's never on purpose. It's always on accident. And like I said, 16-5 last week, 40-27 on the year, 25 more games to add up after the week is all said and done. Now let's switch to the National Football League. What do we get was for special teams? The Cleveland Browns just pulling one out of their ass. I'm confident. Feel very confident in saying that I think the Cleveland Browns have the best defense in the National Football League. The defense is absolutely elite. This might be the best draft class Andrew Berry has ever drafted. All the rookies are contributing. The team looks like they're motivated to play again. And they've looked like that for the most part, outside of the second half of the Ravens game, really the late second half of the Ravens game. But I just how can you watch that defense and not think that they're not the best? You know what I mean? Like I just I can feel myself buying right back into like thinking they're gonna beat the Lions. I do. I can feel it. But man, that special teams play at the end where Denzel Ward flew off the edge and then Shelby Harris got his hand up there. Great recovery by Greg Newsome. What a operation Joe Flacco ran, and he still looks so old back there. It's almost Dylan Gabriel time, but I'm telling you, it's not going to happen until they get back from London. Other special teams plays, Philly blocking the kick at the end to stop the Rams, and then running it back all the way to the house. I know the gamblers are pissed off, those that had Rams plus 3.5. That's the worst way to ever lose a cover like that. I don't blame the big man for running it back, but at the same time, game was wrapped up, said and done. I didn't bet that game. I'm just saying I feel for you. And then the Jets and the Buccaneers, the Jets blocking the kick, and then Aaron Glenn giving us one of the greatest fucking memes of all time when he celebrated that. And then Baker Mayfield just having time to march him down the field. And the Buccaneers are undefeated going into week 4. It's incredible. It's insane. The Ravens might be cooked is the other note I have here. I think the Cleveland Browns defense wrote the script on how to beat them. Just keep Lamar. I mean, Lamar Jackson's going to Lamar Jackson. It's like prime Steph Curry. Steph's going to cook. But he got sacked 7 times. That's incredible, man. Like, I think the Lions, I think the script is out on how to stop the Ravens offensively. And I absolutely loved the Detroit Lions option touchdown play they ran where I believe it was Amon-Ra got the handoff and pitched it to Jahmyr Gibbs after he got to the edge. Just a beautiful, beautiful play. Need more of the option back in football. And the biggest news so far is Jackson Dart has been named QB1 for the New York Giants for the remainder of the season. Feel like it needed to happen. Russ is absolutely terrible. This is the 4th team that he's being kicked off of because they don't believe in him. I think it's time to hang it up, man. You had a great prime career. That nobody is knocking the accomplishments that you've had. It's just the old saying is you don't retire from the league retires you. So Russ getting benched for Jackson Dart for the rest of the season, according to head coach Brian Daboll, is your top headlines coming out of week 3 going into week 4. We are now starting the NFL Europe slate this weekend with the Vikings and Steelers kicking off in Ireland Sunday morning, followed by the Vikings and Browns next week in London, but this week is kicking off in Dublin, Ireland. And that being said, we'll get to the picks. I went 4-3 last week. I am 11-8 on my NFL picks. Thursday night football is the Seattle Seahawks at the Arizona Cardinals, with the Arizona Cardinals debuting their new rivalry series uniforms, as well as the Miami Dolphins for Monday night football against the Jets this week. They are also debuting their rivalry uniforms. The Cardinals gave the 49ers and McCorkle Jones all they could handle last week. Uniforms, I don't think are going to help them here. Give me Seattle in this spot to beat the Arizona Cardinals on Thursday night football. And then give me Carson Wentz early on Saturday to beat the bland Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, I watched them play the Patriots on Sunday because I'm a hate watcher of teams I don't like, so I know what I'm talking about when I argue with their fans. God almighty, they are so bad. They're just so bad. They're bland. They're just a snore to watch. They're a snore to watch. So make sure you got your caffeine ready to wake up in the morning if you plan on watching this one, because Pittsburgh plays a bland style of football. So, yeah, give me Carl Wentz and the Minnesota Vikings there. All right, I'm going to be that guy. Give me the Cleveland Browns. Give me the Cleveland Browns to frustrate Jared Goff, and that defense once again wins a game we have absolutely no business winning. Chargers and Giants. Normally, I'd say rookie quarterback bump, but I think Jim Harbaugh has been around the block enough to kind of figure out what to do to a guy that's making his first start. I'm going to go ahead and take the Chargers here. But don't get me wrong, Jackson Dart could light it up. This could be a spot where the Giants get a win, get one of those what the fuck happened in September style wins. Battle of the 0-3s coming up. Tennessee at Houston. I don't even know. I can't even. The pulse I have on either of these teams is that both of them don't have one. Commanders and Falcons. Give me the Commanders here. I think the Falcons are in absolute disarray. How the hell do you lose by 31, to the Carolina Panthers? Saints and Bills. Give me Buffalo. New Orleans, absolutely terrible. Eagles and Buccaneers in the battle of the undefeateds. This is in Tampa Bay, so the Eagles are going on the road. I like the Bucs here. It's September. It's in Florida. I think the Buccaneers can get this one done. Panthers and Patriots. Jags and Niners. Colts at the Rams. Colts sneakily one of the best teams in football. Punted for the first time all year last week. I don't know. Staying away from that one. Ravens and Chiefs. Bears got their first win over the Cowboys. Beat the dog shit out of them somehow. Going on the road, playing the Raiders. I'm going to take the Chicago Bears. Give me the Chicago Bears here. And then Packers and Cowboys, Sunday Night Football. We made the fucking Green Bay Packers look like absolute stooges. And Dallas looked horrible against Chicago. Bounce back game for the Packers. Give me the Packers here. And then Monday Night Football. Is it a doubleheader? Please, for the love of God, no. And it sure is. Jets, Dolphins, battle of the 0-3s. Something's got to give there. Uniforms aren't going to help the Dolphins, but I don't know who to pick here. I absolutely have no idea. And then Bengals and Broncos. Broncos are wearing their midnight blue uniforms. Jake Browning and the Bengals are absolutely terrible. Give me the Denver Broncos in this spot here. That gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 even games on the NFL. Oh well, who cares? The college football is really what I care about on the picks. But that's the NFL going into week 4. That's your Pigskin preview. College football week 5, NFL week 4. Everybody lock in. The college football this week is fucking insane. I hope you have you have in mind what you want to order while you're locked in on the couch watching this shit. I had an incredible wings and fries Saturday along with some Swensons, couple Galley Boys, couple tater teasers Saturday, and then topped it off with some East of Chicago pizzas on Sunday watching the Browns and the other NFL games in the spin cycle. But I'll see y'all next week. Go USA, 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 USA. And let's go. Go football, baby. Stay safe, everybody.